Hello, I actually had to bring my coffee today because I'm a little tired. So we're live on TikTok and YouTube, but I'm still working on Instagram. Sorry, Instagram friends. How's everybody doing? Ask me questions if you have any. Otherwise, how is everybody today, this Saturday evening? I'm tired. That's really it. How's everybody? But we're live right now on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Hello. I'm also watching the playoffs right now. So if I look over there, that's why. Because, hello, Boston Celtics are playing, but I'm trying to keep the volume down so nobody has to hear it. I did post our May budget today on TikTok and Instagram. I wanted to put it on YouTube, but YouTube Shorts, they only let you do 60 seconds, which is so whack. So I could only put it on TikTok and Instagram. Someone on TikTok said, "Hi girl, love your channel and your journey. Thank you for sharing. Such an inspiration." Thank you. Thank you for watching. Like, not everybody sees all of our videos, so if you guys do see our videos like pop up, please like comment or like them just so it knows that you like them, and so it'll keep coming back to you. Like, even if you just put some emojis on there, like, it's gonna think that you like it and it'll keep sending you my stuff. But I know for sure that not everybody who follows me sees all of my stuff, which obviously that's up to the platform, Instagram or TikTok, whatever, if they decide to send it to you. But if they don't send it to you, it could be because you don't like it or comment on it, so it thinks that you don't like it whenever you do see it pop up. So someone on YouTube said, "I'm also overpaying my mortgage every month. Should have it paid." Wait, I don't know why it went away. Hold on. Okay. "Should have it paid off in 4 years. Watching your videos keeps me motivated." Awesome. That's so soon, honestly. But yeah, officially this week. So let me think. A week ago when I went live, or when we went live, I was not at 10,000 followers on TikTok yet. Now I am. So we officially can make videos or make money off of our videos on TikTok. I wish that I had joined Instagram during the wave of being able to make money on there, but I missed that wave and they took it away. So you were honestly the motivation I needed to hustle. Awesome. Yeah, honestly, it's surprising like how many people talk about how we motivate them, and I'm just like, wow, really? Awesome. I just sometimes don't. Like, at first I didn't realize that, but then now, since it's been so long, I'm like, that's awesome. But if you guys have any questions for me, I like going live every week because I know we get a lot of comments and stuff that I just can't get back to, messages, like it's just a lot of them. So I feel like this is a good place to, like, if you have questions, join, which obviously not everybody who has questions will join, but if you do have some, you can put them in here. Hello, the anonymous budgeter. I didn't even see your message at first, but now I see it. But yeah, what I was saying earlier was that I did post that our May budget today on TikTok and Instagram. It did not, I couldn't do it on YouTube because it only lets you do 60 seconds on YouTube Shorts, which is so silly. But we did plan thank you for the gifts. We did plan I planned our May budget, which I'm so excited about May. You guys probably have heard me say it so many times, but I'm just happy that it is a 3 paycheck month. That is all I can't complain about anything else if I'm getting paid 3 times in 1 month. So. But yeah, if anybody has questions, put them in the chat. Someone said, hello, are you living in Australia? I am in the US. I would love to go to Australia someday though. Like, someday. But I love the accents and everything. Someone said, I love your guys' story. It motivates me to do the same, and it's possible. It is so possible. Yes. You about to take me to church. I'm about to get a little excited. It is possible. People think it's not possible. It is, guys. It is. Someone said, are you going to get a dog? No. I'm not really a dog person, to be honest with you. I'm more of a cat person. Me too is 3 paycheck month for me. Yes. Love 3 paycheck months. Like, they're a blessing. Honestly, like, we wouldn't even, like, honestly, we count on those 3 paycheck months because I know twice a year we can pay an extra amount that helps us reach our goals that much faster. So, it's a blessing. New follower, love watching your journey. It's been inspiring. Awesome. Love that. What is your high yield savings account APR with Ally? I want to say it's 4.35. That's the last time I got an email from them was in December with them telling us that it had went up again. So someone said, does the budget templates have formulas? Not the one that I created. The one that I created, it pretty much is limited to what you see in the video that I posted today, just showing you everything, like how I do it. So that's why it's super affordable, because it's not anything that's like super fancy. It's very simple, very basic. Like, I know there's some out there that are so fancy, like some people don't even know how to use them. So I'm super basic, so that's what you get with me. Someone said, and you remotivated me to finish my mortgage. I'm down to 47K remaining, but single income. I think my rate is around 3.3. Okay, that's awesome. I love it. I love seeing people with one income talk about it too, because I just want everybody to know that it's possible. Like, some people, they just want to put different things in the mixture and say, oh, you can do it because of this, because of that. Not the case. Hey, after paying consumer debt off, did you start investing in retirement? Yes. We started investing again in retirement in 2021. So we paid off our debt in 2019, so a couple of years after though. So after you pay off your mortgage, what are your next plans? Will you start doing more for yourself, like self-care? Someone else just asked that on YouTube too. When your mortgage is paid off, what's your next financial goal? So kind of similar. So I'm trying to think how to answer the first question. So our next plans are to start investing more, both in our kids 529 and in our 401k, saving so much money that we can't even keep up with how much money we're saving. Like, honestly, think someone who's so simple and just, and what do you think they'll do? That's what we're going to do. We're going to just do stuff that is so just low-key boring, like, meaning saving money, stacking up money. Also, obviously, we're going on vacations a lot. I can't wait to travel a lot. What else is on our plan? My husband wants to buy a new car, a new to him car. Someone said on TikTok, do you guys plan to have more kids? No, my husband just got a vasectomy a week ago. You guys, that's what I'm talking about when I say that TikTok and Instagram doesn't show you guys all of my videos that I put up, because that was a week ago when I posted that, but it doesn't show you guys everything. Second, that was a two-part question. Will you start doing more for yourself, like self-care? I just feel like I'm so satisfied with the amount of self-care that I do right now. I probably might go to the hair salon more. Like right now, I probably go like once every 3 months. I might go like once every month or something. Self-care. What else is self-care? I feel like that's really it when it comes to like what I would want to do for self-care, like getting my hair done. What other forms of self-care is there? I don't know. But I'm satisfied. I'm happy. I'm content. On average, how much do you spend on your credit card, and how much do you guys get cash back? I'm wondering if I should switch. It really just depends. Like, on average, it really just varies. Like, I would look on my phone right now, but I'm using it for this. But it really just varies. Like, when we went out of town in March, like, that was probably the highest that it's been all year, because we did a lot of extra spending. We paid for the Airbnb. We treated ourselves when we were on vacation. So it really just varies. But cash back, honestly, like, most of the time we don't charge that much. So you might not see a huge change, but I also just feel like it's money that I didn't have before. So to me, it feels worth it. So if you're already, oh, someone on YouTube said, I'm looking forward to my hair salon trips again once these student loans are gone. Yeah, I feel you on that. If you're like, what you're doing is working, I would stick with that. But at the same time, it's like, for example, when we bought a couch like last year for like $3,000, that was like $60 back, I want to say. Yeah, because we get 2% with Apple Pay, paying it with Apple Pay, with the Apple Card. So I feel like it's worth it to me, because you just never know, especially when you have a bigger expense, you really see more of it. Someone on Instagram said, what credit card do we have? Do we love it? We have two credit cards. One is the Apple Card, and then the other one is Discover Card. They're probably like the best bang for your buck that I can find at this time. I know a lot of people do like travel cards and stuff like that, and it's just like we don't travel that much. Like when we traveled last month, that was the first time that we had really traveled in like 5 years. So it's just not, doesn't make sense for us to like get travel cards right now. So I just feel like that is the best I can do. Like Discover has 5% rotating categories. Like you're not gonna really find that much more than 5% for people who are just like regular spenders like us. And then the Apple Card we like because we do use Apple Pay, and they give you 2% for Apple Pay. Using Apple Pay, everything else is 1%. Besides, if you buy Apple products, which is just like if you have Apple products, you know you're gonna keep buying them. It makes sense. So I just like it, and also honestly, I am a sucker for like things with great interfaces and just super user friendly. And the fact that the Apple Card is like right in your phone. Like you don't even have to open an app. You just open the wallet portion of it. It's just there. It's just so user friendly. Like making a payment is cool. All of that. Someone on TikTok said, I have a question. Go ahead, please, because it's real quiet this evening. Most times I feel like we get so many we can't keep up. Um, Angie said, has your loan been sold? It has been sold before, but we built this house, and so we went with the mortgage company that the builder has. And so the expectation is that they will sell your loan within like a month or two. Like that's just how they operate. So yes, it's been sold, but that was literally like within 2 to 3 months of closing. And since then, no, it has not been. And hopefully by the time we finish next year, it doesn't get sold because that would be so ridiculous to have to do something different, like deal with more stuff, more changes. Like I wouldn't even have the same little screenshot that I have with my mortgage updates. Someone on Instagram said, good evening. Hello, good evening. I got my loan and now it was sold recently. So did you just close? Like it sounds like you're saying you just closed. I got my house in December and it was sold for in May. Yeah, that's pretty quick, but did you build as well? Like I wonder if that's a common thing with building. But I don't know, that somebody in the mortgage industry would have to let us know. Like I don't really know the whole thing about. Yes, you did build. Okay. I don't know if that's like a common thing, even if you don't build or not. But yeah. On YouTube, I'm waiting to get my new iPad this year. Mine needs replacing. It's 8 years old. I think using the cash back to put towards your debt is so smart. I'm going to start doing that. Yeah, we like doing that. Honestly, this month was a little tight and we did not do it this month. I'm just keeping myself honest and being transparent, guys. This month, we didn't do a snowflake payment. How long was it before they sold yours? It was like 2 to 3 months. Is this home your forever home? We don't know, honestly. How many times? It's only been sold one time, and I'm hoping it stays that way. I saw someone like, I think I scrolled past one comment, someone was saying that they're gonna sell our loan because they're not making enough money off of us. Like, I rebuke that. I want to knock on wood. They gotta get over it because that's just what it is right now. But yeah, guys, I am talking to you guys and I'm watching the NBA playoffs. I was rooting for the Lakers. Like that was one of the companies that, I mean, not companies, one of the teams we're rooting for, but they're probably gonna get swept tonight. So imagine if credit card companies did that. Yeah, honestly, that's ridiculous. But like, credit card companies, I feel like they make enough off of interest, honestly. They really, really do. Like, just imagine on TikTok, someone says, so refreshing to be debt and mortgage free. Congratulations. I'm sure it is because I hope to get there soon. Do you send double of your mortgage? We aim to send $4,500 per month. It comes out to being extra and a like $3,500, $3,400 on top of our minimum payment. So it varies. We change it. I guess you could say we technically send more than double. It's more like quadruple, to be honest with you. Like with our payment amount, it's like $1,070. So we send like $4,500. That's like quadruple. I've just realized that. Help. Do you follow any other YouTube or Instagram pages? I love the motivation you give, but would like to know of more people. People that are like trying to pay off their house. I know one. I feel like I don't really know people that are actively trying to pay off their house. As tired as I am of these investment people that think we are dumb for wanting no bills. Literally, don't get me started. I'm tired of it too. Actually, that's not true. So with the other people, I do know there is this other person on TikTok. I don't know if they're on Instagram. Their name on TikTok is Pay Off My Home Project or something like that. I've heard of them. I feel like there's other people who are paying off their house, but like our content's all like a little different. I don't follow that person, but I've seen it and I just feel like their content's a little bit different. Like, I don't know, like if you looked at it, you probably would see, when will you pay off your mortgage? Our goal is September 2025. So it's almost May, so technically almost 16 months from now. But yeah, I've heard of that person. I don't really know. Like, I don't, like I said, I don't really watch their content all like that, so I can't say for certain what it consists of, what all they do. But I just feel like you have to look at it. Like, I don't know. I was gonna say, like, I would want to follow somebody. Maybe that's why I don't follow that, because I want somebody who has more of a variety, and I don't really see that a whole lot with their content. Okay. I don't know what is going on with the TV right now. I was trying to see the Lakers, but I don't see the Lakers. What time does Lakers come on? Yeah, guys, I was rooting for the Lakers and LeBron James, but they're probably gonna get swept tonight. Someone said, I love your content. Thank you. Awesome. Hi, yay, I made it to the live. Welcome. You're here. On TikTok, Angie said, do you specify to them the extra is towards the principal? Yes, I do it online. When was the calculator you used to determine how much to pay extra? What was the calculator? Oh, mortgage payoff calculator, like on calculator.net. Do you watch Caleb Hammer? I've heard of him, but not consistently. I might see his stuff like every now and then, like pop up. But honestly, I don't know. You guys, I don't want to judge it just because, like I said, I don't really watch him consistently, but he seems like he kind of like judges people or like makes them feel bad. But I don't know, just because I don't watch him all the time. Is that how he is? Something Ramsey. There is another calculator on the Ramsey site, ramseysolutions.com. There's a ton on there. Honestly, all you have to do is go to Google and just type in mortgage payoff calculator. Like, you can just figure out which one you like best. Someone told me that a car payment is in their forever budget. Yeah, that's honestly, that's just the way, that's the way of life, people. That's the normalcy. Like, people just, that's how people think. Like, car payments forever. And if that's how you think, perfectly fine. But me personally, I don't want a car payment forever. So how can you pay off a car payment sooner? Paying extra. That's really what it comes down to. You just have to keep paying extra on it over and over again until it's gone. But we do have a playlist. Like, we did get playlists on TikTok. I don't even know if playlists are still a thing on Instagram, because I've seen them before, but I have not seen it on Instagram, on people's Instagrams for a while. And if you don't know what playlists are, basically it's just like a way to categorize and organize your content. Like, now how like I've posted so many different clips like on TikTok and Instagram, and it's just like you want to like organize into categories basically. TikTok still has that. Instagram hasn't been having that. So anyway, I said all that to say I do have a playlist on TikTok talking about like how we paid off 6 figures of debt the first time. Someone said, I wish you lived in Southern California. People are crazy out there. So why would I want to live out there if they're crazy out there? Someone said my car is 20 years old. That's awesome that it is still kicking, because both of our cars are 10 years old right now, but we paid them off. Our SUV we paid in cash for. Our car we paid off in 2018, so it's been 6 years now. I'd rather just own my car instead of the bank. Me too. Like, I don't know. Our goal is to not have another car payment ever again. And honestly, I would rather be a 1-car family than to get another car loan. Like, at this point, that's what I'd rather just do. We could handle it. I don't want another car payment. Like, I don't want debt, period, but I definitely don't want a car payment. They say to pay it twice a month. There's so many different like methods out there to paying off debt earlier, but the thing that just remains the same is that you're just paying extra towards it. So whether you pay it twice a month, 3 times a month, I mean, it might be an easier way for some people to like schedule it and say, okay, I'm gonna pay it twice, because I know the whole method of cutting your payment in half and then paying it bi-weekly ends up being an extra payment at the end. But my mortgage company doesn't let me do that, actually. Like, they don't let you cut your payment in half. You have to pay one full payment at once. So I know that's like the ongoing thing. But if I were just like, even if I try to like send it in like through a third party, like bill pay service, they're going to just, if I send half my payment, they're going to just put it on the principal. They're not going to put it towards my payment. So it's up to you, really. You do whatever works for you. But yeah. Have you heard of penalties from paying it off early? I have heard of that. It's not very common. It's pretty rare to like have like a prepayment penalty. So definitely check with your bank or whoever you're using to make sure. But before we closed, I made sure like that we didn't have that, because I knew that our plan was to pay it off early ahead of time. You put it to principal or payment. We do make extra principal payments on top of someone asked a political question on YouTube that I'm not going to get into. Advice for people who only get paid once a month on the first. As far as staying on track, planning ahead for sure. And I feel like the budget video that I actually did today probably would help with that, because I did a monthly budget. Like, I budgeted for the whole month of May. So just what I would do if I got paid monthly is, for one, well, I already do this. I already put all the money aside for all of our bills, like up front. And then I probably would just make sure all the bills are paid first. Like, you just have to plan your month, honestly, and then also kind of stick to a budget, because what we automatically do when we get paid is set aside $200, goes into a separate bank account for spending money. So if I got paid once a month, I'm probably gonna just automatically set aside, depending on how long the month is. Maybe if it's 4 weeks, I'd still do 400. Maybe if it's 5, I might do $450 or $500, like, for spending money for the month. But yeah, it can be a little difficult sometimes, just because what if something comes up? But I think that I would utilize sinking funds a lot if I got paid once a month, just in case, like, hey, this is kind of like a buffer for, an oil change we decide to do, or I guess that can be pre-planned, but like paper towels, toilet paper, stuff like that. I have decided if I get invited to a party at a restaurant, I'm not going. If I'm invited at a home party, then I will go. Are you just working on like paying off your mortgage right now, or like other debt too? What are your financial goals after you're finished paying off the mortgage? I spoke about this like a little bit earlier, but first off, like, our goal is to pay it off in September of next year. Um, so first, after September, we definitely want to just chill for the rest of the year. Like, save money, but just not be aggressive with anything, really, because like, it's been a long time coming. Not only just with paying off our mortgage for 5 years, but then we also took 3 years to pay off our debt. But by the end of 2025, we definitely want to be on vacation, like go on a vacation, like a nice one. And then in 2026, we'll probably start investing more. Maybe we'll invest more by the end of the year. We don't have like a strict schedule, but we definitely want to invest more for our kids, for retirements. I'd love to go part-time. I'm going to start speaking it into existence. Like, when we pay off the house next year, I would like to work part-time immediately. like right away. Someone said, do you have kids? Yes. What is your financial, no, I already read that. What is your guys' household income, if you don't mind me asking? I make about 50K. I think my base is like 52,500. So typically I'll make more than the base just because like technically my job pays for internet, like our internet, we work from home. Let me think what else contributes. Like we'll typically get some type of like I typically will get some type of like bonus throughout the year. So that, but my base is 52. My husband makes about 70. So altogether we're about 120, 130. Do you also get paid from social media? Not really. I just hit 10,000 followers on TikTok. So literally just became eligible to start making money like on social media. Haven't gotten actually any money. Besides, like a couple of weeks ago, we had enough gifts on live, which we don't, you guys don't have to send us gifts, but someone was nice enough to do so. And I think that came out to like $15. So thankful for every dollar. But as far as like actively making money on social media, no, we do not. Oh, when you started paying off your debt versus now, my income, it was a lot less when we started paying off debt. Like literally, we started like about 8 years ago, and my husband just got his nursing job. Before that, he was still working at Chipotle. So starting out, he had made like, well, when I say nursing, he's an LPN, so he's not gonna make as much as some of the RNs and stuff like that, or make as much as some of the RNs. So he was making like 1850 when he first started. That was 8 years ago. So I was making, honestly, I don't remember what I was making, but that would have been like the year after I started at my job. So I probably was making about $13, $14 an hour at that time, at most. You guys are doing amazing. Thank you. Your content inspires me to make extra payments. I'm nowhere near as aggressive as you, but have a 10-year mortgage, so it's already so high. Since I started watching you, I started putting extra. That's awesome. I love that. So someone said, have you and Denise, I don't know who Denise is. Oh, Dennis, my husband. Dennis. Wait. Have you and Dennis, I'm assuming you meant Dennis, have you and Dennis considered looking into seeing a financial advisor or planner for your future financial plans? Oh, I have it set for some reason. It keeps fading. I don't know how to fix that, so I have to keep clicking the thing. Or a planner for your future financial plans, goals once the house is paid off? Honestly, no. Where do you save your money to pay? Sorry, I missed some on YouTube. How aware are your boys with your payoff journey? Our oldest is aware. He's 6. He'll be 7 here shortly. But he's aware. He talks about it. He's pretty smart. So I don't think that he understands probably the weight of it, but he knows like you guys are trying to pay off the house and stuff like that. But my 3-year-old, no, he doesn't. Where do you save your money to pay for your property taxes and insurance yearly, or is it included in your escrow? It's not included in our escrow. We just put the money aside in our high yield savings. But more on the financial situation or planner, honestly, I don't know. Like, I just don't really feel like that's something that we like need. That's kind of just where I'm at with it. Can you explain Ally? What makes it a high yield savings account? Ally is a bank. What makes it a high yield savings account is if they have a higher APR on how much interest you can earn with what you put in the bank. So like regular savings accounts, typically their APR are like 0.01, whereas Ally is like 4.35, something like that. And I know that there's higher ones out there. We're just sitting with Ally right now. And I talked about that in a video too, just what I like about them and things like that. What high yield savings do you use? Would you recommend? We go with Ally. Definitely do your own research just because, my experience may not be someone else's experience, but that's just where we're at with it. Love that. You deserve to relax into your security. Yeah, just want to literally take a deep breath because it's just been and I don't know how many people have seen my most recent video that I posted on TikTok and Instagram about my work and stuff like that, and I just feel like that affects a lot of it, honestly. Actually, it's good. I stopped doing overtime in October, so it's been almost 7 months of no overtime. I used to do a lot of it, but after I was just so burnt out, honestly, I was already burnt out for a couple of months, 2 to 3 months. And I was just literally, I cannot do overtime for another literal second of my life. I may never do it again, to be honest with you. And I've been the type that's been such a workaholic for my whole entire working life. So for me, that's really big to not do overtime and stuff. Ooh, it's hard. Well, it was hard, isn't anymore, because it's when you just are so burnt out, you don't want to be there extra more than you have to. Hello. Someone said, is that your net income? So no, the income that I had mentioned earlier, that is going to be gross. Wait, I'm mixing up the two and having a brain fart. That is our before tax income. After tax is significantly less, obviously. What kind of work do you do? I work for a credit card company. Got your budget template. Love it. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you like it. That's awesome. Honestly, it's really you guys on Instagram. I love doing obviously all of the sites like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. But I just feel I've grown such a huge community on Instagram with just everybody over there who are just so I feel like people actually care about me as a person. There's just so many good people on Instagram. So I really just appreciate everybody on Instagram. Anyway, I say that because after me just using it as my diary yesterday, was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And people were just saying you obviously have a passion for being debt free, what you do, what you talk about online, try to monetize that. And so that's what I did. And, I'm just happy. I'm happy about that because honestly, it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, I don't have a whole lot going on with my stand store right now. Literally, I just have the budget template right now. I did also open up the one-on-one calls just because sometimes we do get people who literally message us wanting to do calls, and I just didn't have a way to list a service for that. But now that I have the stand store up and running, that's there for someone who wants it. Basically, if it's there, they want it. But that's really it for right now. Obviously, that's not gonna, right now, it's not gonna have me quit my job, but it's something. And honestly, I'm just the type that literally just appreciates literally every dollar that comes in. So I just feel so thankful and grateful for that. But yeah, I'm so glad that you love it. That means so much just because it's something that I literally created and people like it. So I appreciate it. Someone on YouTube said, me too, I'm using it to budget for the next quarter. The IG gang is rooting for you. Yes, I just feel that community is so strong. Next brand deals, we're speaking it into existence. That's funny actually because I got my first email with a brand and I, of course, said no. Not of course, but I mean you guys probably would have saw it if I had said yes, but I actually said no. Honestly, guys, how I feel about that, because obviously I'm a consumer as well, and it's been years and years of me consuming content, seeing people do brand deals and stuff like that. So I also get how it feels on the consumer side. But I feel like it's going to take a lot for me to eventually say yes to any type of brand. For one, because of the type of content that I do. I'm telling you how I'm trying to pay off my house early. So it's not going to be something that doesn't make sense. If you're literally trying to get me to tell people to buy stuff that they don't need, that jeopardizes my integrity. I'm not going to tell people to buy stuff they don't need. And this brand that had actually reached out, it makes sense. It was in line with the type of content that I do, but it also just didn't make sense because it was surrounding student loans, and it's like I don't have student loans. I've never had student loans personally. Like the only student loans we had was my husband's, which was enough for both of us. But I can't test out and then recommend your product to someone if I can't use it myself. And then it's just like, I don't know. So yeah, but someday I'm definitely manifesting me being able to work with some type of company that falls in line with what I do, what I believe in, and makes sense for me to try to recommend that product then to others. But as of right now, I just feel like it would take a lot for me to be like, okay, I think I'm ready. Like, this makes sense. Like, let's do it. But I am thankful that someone even reached out to me. So, yeah, maybe you've already mentioned it, but I want to know how much was your mortgage? Our mortgage was $254,000. We did put 20% down to arrive at that number in 2020. I didn't catch your guys' income now and when you started. Our income now before taxes is about 120 to 130 with both me and my husband working. And when we started, honestly, I wish I would have wrote it down. I don't really know what it is. Like the best I could do is really guess as to what it was. I'm estimating that I was making probably like $13 or $14 an hour when we started paying on actual like debt, like car loans, student loans. That was 8 years ago. And my husband, literally the month we started paying on debt, like he's when he started working as a nurse. So he was making like $18.50 when he first started working as an LPN. Have either one of you ever worked two jobs? Yes, my husband actually, with him being an LPN, they're only required to work 3 days a week. So a lot of nurses will do like pick up or like get a second job, but it's only like you work it as needed, like as they need you. What bank was it that she recommended for the high yield savings? So I didn't necessarily recommend anything. I just said that we use Ally. I like their bucket system, but I definitely think that everybody should just make sure of what you want to do for yourself. I personally don't see myself leaving Ally just because the organization that comes with their bucket system, I just thrive on it. Two jobs, yeah. So he had one. He actually resigned from that job like right at the beginning of the year because they were so disorganized and just didn't make sense anymore because it's so far from where we live. And it's just like he would work there once a month, but they're so disorganized. He would say, like, he would have a shift picked up, but they're like, oh, we don't have you down. And it's just like, it was a mess, honestly. Like, I'm so glad that we were in a position for him to be able to step away and say, I don't need to deal with this stress, basically. Tips on groceries, how to do a realistic budget. Meal planning is probably going to be the best way. That way you are, sorry if you answered my last question, I missed the answer. Yeah, I did with talking about my boys. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, I'm so sorry. How do you stick to the budget on days when you feel like overspending, buying something that's not in the budget? So something that's not in the budget. Well, it just depends. Like if it's something that comes up, like for example, my husband went to the eye doctor this month, and I did not plan or know like it was gonna be $90 for his exam. So, we kind of like we have savings, we have other money and stuff like that. But a lot of times, like if I know that that's something that probably we would use our credit card for, and then when we get paid just pay it off right away. But it really just depends. Is it something where we already have the money for it because we do have savings for like stuff and like put money aside for stuff like that? We could use that if we needed to. A lot of times I really try not to touch it though, and then I'll just know like, okay, we have payday coming up, we'll just pay it that way. We also, like for medical expenses, we could use our HSA card. We haven't been trying to use it because we were holding on to it for something specific. So it really just depends. I just check for all of our resources. Like if it's something that we have to buy, then we just have to buy it, and we just do. But I just look for different ways to try to make up for what we have to spend. You inspire me. Yes, awesome. I mean, I try to be as real as possible. Like, I try not to sugarcoat answers or be like, oh, we just do this when we don't. So I try to just be as real as I can, honestly. Has the taxes ever gone up on your house to make your house payment change? So we don't actually even have escrow. So if our taxes do go up, which they did go up last year, this year, we just have to adjust and plan for that, but we don't have it attached to our mortgage payment. And I'm actually so happy that we don't do that because I had heard the horror stories with that before we even closed, just because I was in like a lot of Facebook groups and stuff like that. But we do have to adjust for it. How I do it actually is I start planning like paying for this year's taxes like the year prior. Like I start putting money aside, and you'll see that in my budgets and stuff like that that I do and put on here, like that once a month we put like at least $500 aside for taxes. And that way once it comes due, like I already have the money. Like that's just not something that I want to like have to like stress about and worry about once the time comes, but we put money aside every single month for taxes, and then insurance and stuff like that we pay on a different schedule. Like we'll pay for insurance. Okay, so no, our homeowners insurance we pay once a year. Our car insurance we pay twice a year. So we just put the money aside when we can. Like last year, for example, we were more strict with it, and we would do like the insurance money, like everything that was like a reoccurring bill that got paid, like twice a year or every year. Like we would put that money aside every single month. But we have been kind of more so this year doing it as we can. Probably will be doing more of that with our 3 paycheck month next month. So how do you manage to not have an escrow? Is that an option you can choose to not have in your mortgage? Yes. So whenever we were about to close, I asked for it. They did tell me that they were able to allow us to do that because we put 20% down. So I don't really know, but I can't say that it's like that for every mortgage company. I've seen some people comment on our video about it, and they said that they didn't need 20% down. So I think that it really is going to depend on your mortgage company and who you're financing through. But I asked for that when we were about to close, like with the person, like with our mortgage person, whatever. So they let us do it, and I love it. I don't really want anybody else to do it for me. Can you appeal taxes in the state you're in? In Texas, you have to appeal every year if you don't want your taxes to be ridiculously high. I think technically you can, but I know that the property taxes had increased this year for everyone in our county. It was something about some law that was passed or something that they like someone voted on that every 3 years they like have to do some type of reevaluation or it could go up or something like that. So I just didn't take the time to like do that, knowing that it's something that impacted everybody. But yes, you can technically do that. Yes, she has a conventional loan versus an FHA loan. Yeah, I do have a conventional loan. But yeah, I don't know all the rules and what is technically needed to do it. Like, I'm not sure, honestly. But yeah, right now I'm watching the NBA playoffs and I'm trying to root for the Lakers, but I think their season's gonna end tonight, guys. I'm sad. But I still will watch, it's still early in the playoffs and stuff like that, so I can still watch a lot of basketball with the playoffs and everything. But I'm a little sad. I gotta root for LeBron James. He's just a kid from Ohio like me. But yeah, something I said earlier, guys, I know that not everybody has been seeing our Instagram videos, our TikTok videos. So if you guys see our stuff pop up, please like it or comment, even if you comment some emojis, just let the platform know that you do like our content and want to see it. I joined late. Can you do a recap of how you made your mortgage payments? How I make them? I log in online to pay them, and I pay the first time in the month. I pay the payment, like our regular payment, and then I click add to principal, like I add more on top of the payment, and we'll do that for the first payment. Second payment, we pay a payment every time we get paid. Second payment, we pay just all principal. A second payment again when we get paid. So yeah, just log in and pay extra on it. Do people around you, like friends, coworkers, and family members, know your journey on social media? Yeah, some family. Actually, I just saw a family member come in here. I don't think they're still in here, but they know. Like some people have, like they know about it and stuff like that. But people know about it. I don't really talk a whole lot about it, honestly. I really don't, just because like I don't like to like talk people's ear off, and then it's like if they want to know about it, they'll probably ask. And I also don't want to like preach at people, and I also don't want to like try to convince someone to do something. I know not everybody's situation is the same as ours, but like I'll say probably more so our older family is like super supportive of it and stuff like that. Like my uncle. Trying to think, as far as friends, we really just like we really stay to ourselves, honestly. We probably could count like on one hand how many friends we both have. So they know about it, but they're not like, over the moon, like over the top, so excited about it. As far as coworkers, I don't really talk to my coworkers about my personal life that much, honestly. And my husband, I don't really know if he does. Probably not. I feel like I'm just at that point in life where, well, I work remote, by the way, in case anybody doesn't know that. Probably if I was in the building, I probably would talk a little bit more about my life just because you feel like you have to. But like working from home, I'm able to just really stay to myself. Like I'm really thankful for that. And just not have to like force conversations. That makes me sound really antisocial, but honestly, I'm just really to myself. I really just want to like do my work. And I just like my husband, he's been the type where he just comes home or goes to work, works. I don't know what he does at work, I'm not there. But the way he describes it to me is that he's just ready to go home. And then now I'm starting to get into that too, where I'm just like, I want to like do my work and then clock out and then go home. So yeah, I've shared it with some people at work and stuff like that, but I don't consistently really talk about it. How do you maintain privacy with family and friends here? Like, do you mean them following us on here? Honestly, that's really just a risk you have to take with doing social media and being really present online. Like, it's a little weird just when you don't expect it. Like, I remember one of my coworkers told me that one of my videos popped up on their For You page, and I'm like, that is really awkward. But okay. But yeah, honestly, like that's just something that I kind of had to accept, especially because my husband, like, I don't really share my videos to my personal social media, but my husband does. And so sometimes I am just like, oh, like everybody is seeing it that we know. But whatever, it is like I guess it is a little awkward, but you just have to take it for what it is, honestly. Like, you have to be able to, like, just know that that's going to happen, especially as your presence starts to grow online. Like, out of all three, Instagram over the past, honestly, 6 to 8 weeks is just the most out of all of it, as far as like how many followers we've had. Join our channel or page. Congratulations as a young couple to be able to focus on living debt free at a young age is amazing. Thank you. A lot of people don't get it. They feel like we're just missing out on stuff, and honestly, I don't like that. It's annoying. What is your work from home position? I work for a credit card company. Love what you're doing. Thank you. Love watching your journey. My husband and I are on a mortgage payoff journey as well. Congratulations on your progress. Thank you. Yeah, it's not easy, honestly, but I'm just so happy to know. I'm happy that we put the work in from the start. Like, I don't know that there's a whole lot of people who, from the start of when they get a mortgage, are just ready to put every extra thing at it and just have that goal in mind that they're going to pay it off early. And I know that us starting as soon as we did from the beginning helped us a lot because you pay the most interest up front. So I'm just glad that we had that mission and like goal in mind from the very beginning to get started as soon as we did because it makes it easier. You know, now we're almost 44 months in, and like even if we chose to stop paying extra today, we'd still pay our house off in 10 years from closing, and it was a 30-year mortgage. So it's just like all the extra work that we put up front really benefits us long term regardless. We started in the beginning as well. That's awesome. How long have you been doing live videos? I want to say it's been like a month now, maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks. Did that help you get to 10K? No. I feel like we probably over the past like 5 to 6 weeks, I feel like we've probably gained a total of like 15 followers from going live. Like that's not what it is. It's really just like whenever videos on TikTok start to get attention, that's actually what helped me get to 10K. I posted our most recent mortgage update on what's today, the 27th. So this had to have been like less than 10 days ago. We posted our most recent mortgage update, and that just like took off from the beginning. I think it has 250,000 views right now, or about that, in like 10 days. And so we got a ton of followers from that video. And honestly, where I was at, I think it was like probably 10 days until the end of the month. And I had set on April 1st my goal by the um, end of April was to get to 10,000 followers, and it was looking with 10 days left, it was looking like I wasn't going to make it because I think that we were like at like 8,500, and I was just like noticing that when I post my mortgage updates, they get more attention than the rest of our videos. And I was like, just in case this gets attention, like let me literally put it like in the caption to please follow me. And like I said it twice in the video, like if you like our content, like follow us. And honestly, I don't even say like, follow us without it. Like if you like our content, follow, because people who do people who really are newer with like social media, like that people can follow you and you can get a bunch of followers, and that's great, but if they don't actually like your content, they're not going to engage with it, they're not going to watch the whole video, like they might as well just not even be following you. So I do appreciate people following us, obviously, but I make sure to try to say that, like if you like our content or if you want to see us pay off our house, like follow us. Anyway, that's what I had ended up saying. Sorry, I have something in my eye. But that's what I ended up saying in that video. I also said it at the end of the video, and I put in the caption, and sure enough, it has 250,000 views, and a bunch of people followed us. I think it's starting to slow down now, though. I think it's starting to like not get as much, which is fine. Like I know it's not going to get attention forever, but thankfully that's what helped us get to it. And like within like I want to say 2 days of me posting that video, we had hit 10K. So thankful for that, obviously, to be able to make any money on social media. But yeah, honestly, we go live out stuff like this. I really just want to like connect with you guys and like talk to you guys. And I know that like when I like with me being a consumer as well and looking at other people's content, I don't see them go live a lot, but I know that you feel like you can more so talk to your followers and actually have that community and be able to speak. And also people comment on our stuff a lot, and like I said, especially with Instagram, with us getting more attention on Instagram now, we get a lot of comments to whereas I can't respond to every single one, and sometimes people have questions and I might read the comments. Like I typically read most of the comments, but just can't respond to all of them. I try, if people have like a question, I try to answer them or try to like do a video. Like if it's something that's more of a longer winded answer, I try to like do a video talking more about it, but I obviously can't do that all the time. So I try to go live, like if people, want to ask questions, but obviously people who have questions, they're not always going to see the live, even though I do put the notification like a week in advance. So it's really up to people. If they want to join, they can. Otherwise, they miss it. I think that I missed some stuff. Hey Cinnabon, that is actually a nickname from so long ago, but this is what I was talking about, guys. Some people that I do, some friends do follow me on here. What you're doing is amazing. Can't wait to see your tips when I buy a home. Thank you, friend. Thank you, thank you. I'm rooting for you to buy a house. All right, I hope I didn't miss anything. What state do you guys live in? We're in Ohio. I have regrets not doing that. Now I'm waiting to be debt free, and it's a journey. Yeah, it's a lot, honestly. Especially because I remember like when we were paying on my husband's student loans, like I would look like every day because I was obsessed. I would look at it not every single day, but like several days in a week probably, because on like the Navy website it would tell you how much interest you were paying like for the day. And I remember that it was like so much when we first started. It was probably like, actually I think for the month it would be like $90 a month, or like maybe, I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I would just love seeing the amount of interest that we were paying like go down. That was a great feeling. But anyway, I say that to say like interest is a beast, and there was one of his student loans that was like a prime interest rate, and it would go up like every 3 months. It was like nine, I swear it was like 9% by the time we were done, or maybe even more. I swear I've been following you since the beginning of your YouTube channel. Yes, you literally have. And I remember your name, and I would just be like, wow, she was just watching your videos. And then I was like worried a little bit, honestly, about you, because I remember that you said you were pregnant and like you're gonna have a baby soon. And honestly, like I know that people can watch your videos and not comment, but when you would comment a lot and then you didn't comment at all, I was like literally worried. And I'm such an empathetic person and an empath. Like I would literally worry about people as if I know them. And I'm like, I hope that everything went okay with her childbirth. Like I was like worried because like you hadn't commented in a while. And I'm like, is she okay? But then I think like after so long you commented, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I haven't seen you in forever on here. Like, I'm glad you're okay. You're like, I've been watching this whole time. First time catching you live. Yes, we go live every week. I don't know if we're gonna do it forever, honestly. I don't know how long we're gonna do it, but I think that it'd probably like encourage us to more so continue to keep doing it. If like I know like on TikTok you can like register to do it, and like people don't really register, like meaning like you're gonna come to the live is all that really means. And people don't really register, so I'm like maybe people aren't gonna come to the live, or they don't want to come, or they don't want to see me live. I don't know. So I don't know. That's what pulled me here. Guys, I've been talking for a long time. I don't even remember what I said. Sorry. Are you monetized on YouTube yet? Start following you there. That's the thing about YouTube. I am not monetized on YouTube. And I don't know. I wish I was. We've been doing YouTube for a year and a half, and the only thing that's holding us back is our watch hours, which means that people haven't watched our videos long enough for us to be able to get monetized. You have to have, in addition to 1,000 subscribers, you have to have 4,000 watch hours, and we only have like 2,600. Oh, and you have to have 4,000 watch hours in a year. So even if you've had 4,000 since you began, that's not enough. Like we're at the point now where it's like even people are starting to watch our videos, but it's still not enough. And like it's basically like staying the same, because it's like a year ago I had some type of I had videos a year ago, and so as that year expires, you're losing those watch hours, and that's the thing. And so it's like the thing about YouTube is like we were always so consistent with it. Like towards the end of, sorry, my thing is like getting dark for some reason. I hope my iPad isn't gonna. Oh, okay. I forgot that TikTok makes me like do this like CAPTCHA thing after an hour. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying like YouTube. Honestly, YouTube is the hardest part of like social doing like videos or being a content creator. It's the hardest out of like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube because it's long form content. It takes like triple, quadruple the amount of time to edit your videos. And I think that what it was is I was always so like consistent on YouTube as far as like uploading like either once a week or once every 2 weeks. But at the end of the day, I kind of have started to feel like I was like working a part-time job for free with YouTube just because it's like I was working so hard to like post all of our stuff and document our journey. And yes, I didn't sign up for YouTube to get paid, but it's also like, okay, let me go back to my roots and the reason that I started YouTube, which was to document our mortgage payoff journey. If it's something where I could really gain a lot of traction on YouTube, obviously you're going to spend more time doing it and do it more often and things like that. But for me to like sit and update, like do a mortgage payoff journey and like sit and update YouTube, meaning like update my YouTube audience every single week, um, it's not necessarily something that I would need to do. Like I could more so do like day in lives if I wanted to on like TikTok, Instagram. Anyway, I'm talking a lot. The point is that I used to do it so much. Like I would upload like once or twice a week, and then in 2023, I'm like, let me really try to prioritize something else, like maybe trying to monetize other sites and stuff like that. And that's why I started going to the once a month on YouTube because that is more manageable for me as something that I'm doing to like almost like a hobby to actually document my mortgage payoff journey. I really could have recapped the month and that's it. You know, like if it's something where I could actually like monetize YouTube, I probably would do so much more on there. Someone on TikTok said post your TikTok to shorts. The thing with shorts is that you are cut off at 60 seconds. Majority of my like short form content is going to be longer than 60 seconds. So it doesn't work like that. And like vlogs, like the thing about vlogs, it's like if I'm gonna try to do a long video, and that's the thing, like it just all goes back to that. If I'm gonna put so much more effort into content on YouTube, are people gonna watch it? Probably not. Like, so it's like I would be making vlogs for other people to watch, but people watch it, yes, but is it going to be enough to whereas it feels like it's worth it for me to put so much more effort into YouTube? I hope that makes sense, and I hope that doesn't make me sound ungrateful in any way because I truly am grateful for anybody who watches our YouTube videos. But if I'm gonna put so much more effort into it, like it needs to be worth it in that sense. You have a lot of followers on Instagram. Are you monetized there yet? Technically, yes, but also Instagram does not pay like TikTok pays for every single video that you have. You don't get paid for the videos that you make. You could get monetized. I'm eligible to receive to get monetized by way of like subscriptions, which I have subscriptions turned on with Instagram. I'm probably about to turn them off because it just doesn't fit. Like it just doesn't really work for what I do. So as far as like technically I'm monetized on Instagram, but I don't make money on Instagram. And most people aren't going to be able to make money on Instagram either. I will work on watching all your videos so that you can get monetized soon. That's very nice of you. Thank you. And it's like, I guess also the thing is like, I always would try to like have my audience on like Instagram, like, you know, saying like, hey, I posted, like, can you guys watch my YouTube videos? But like, ultimately it's clear that people aren't interested because like, I'll give an example. Like my stories, if I have like 3,000 people who watch one story, and for example, say it's a story where I'm like, hey, we posted on YouTube, like, here's a screenshot of it, like, here's the link, like, can you watch it? I would be lucky to get like 25 people to click that link and watch the YouTube video. So it's like I am trying to use my other platforms to go back to YouTube and get monetized on YouTube. Like, because it'd be so easy. Just think, like, I have almost 40,000 followers on Instagram now. Just think if like 10% of that would just watch like an hour worth of my videos on YouTube, like I would easily get monetized. But it's just like the attention isn't there. Like people don't want to. And I can't blame anybody for like not wanting to watch it. Like if people wanted to watch my YouTube channel, then I would put more into my YouTube channel. Like it's just the need isn't there. So that's when I have to go back to, okay, let me continue to make YouTube content, but do it for more so for myself and for something for me to look back on. We're mortgage free. And I'm like, wow, look at this video. Like, look when we were doing it here. Like we were in the thick of it. Like, you know, more so doing it for myself than others. That's just kind of a peek inside my brain and how I've been feeling as far as like YouTube and everything like that. Social media got so complicated. It can be. I mean, I get like all the platforms have their own requirements in order for you to get monetized. I mean, honestly, just think if anybody could get monetized, you know, there'd be a lot of different content on there that maybe wasn't so great, but I just felt like the stuff that I do post about is valuable and like I like it, but you know, it is what it is if other people don't really want to watch it. You could try to give short clips of mortgage payoff advice on shorts. I did. And also you also have to, I'm not sure if you know, but like your shorts, if people watch your shorts, those watch hours don't count towards your YouTube video monetization watch hours. Like you, in order, like it's separate. So there's different ways to get monetized on YouTube. Like there's this portion where it's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And then I think you can do 1,000 subscribers and literally 10 million views on shorts, which within 90 days, which is astronomical. And it just feels so impossible. I don't even know why that's an option. But that's another thing. So basically I say that to say the two are separate. If you get, let's say I got like 2 million videos on short or views on shorts, that's still not enough. And it's not going to count towards my 4,000. That seems more achievable. So it's just, they're separate. Yes, I could get on shorts and do shorts and maybe more people might see my like videos and then come to my YouTube channel, maybe, but it's just not like consistent. And then it's only 60 seconds that you can do on there. All of my videos that I do on Instagram and TikTok are typically longer than 60 seconds. And then also like in order to have your TikTok videos actually be eligible to earn money on, the minimum is 60 seconds. So it's like I can talk. So it's like that's typically the minimum is better for me. So yeah, it really just depends. You know, and then with like TikTok, it's like in order to have one video for you to be eligible to make money on that video, it has to reach 1,000 views, which is more doable, honestly, on TikTok than it is like on YouTube, for example, in my opinion. So I still, you know, YouTube, I still try, I still hope, you know, I still put in the effort, I still put in some effort to it, but you're really going to prioritize, like even Instagram, for example. I don't make any money on Instagram, but I still feel like Instagram is my baby. I have such a huge community there, so many nice people, like you guys just show so much love, and I just feel like it's my like go-to, like I love it, even though I don't make enough. I don't make not enough, but I don't make any type of money on Instagram. I just love it. I've just built such a strong community there. If I had that on YouTube, like if people like genuinely like comments on YouTube even feel rare. Like I'm lucky if I get like 5 comments on YouTube. People watch it, but they don't really like engage a whole lot with it. Like as a person who creates videos, you're like, is anyone watching? It's kind of how it feels. Like even though you see that people are watching it, the average person doesn't watch the full video. Like we can see all of that. And I think you take that into consideration. You lean on your analytics if people don't say anything. But people like Eden who have been there literally for the whole year and a half that I've been on YouTube. That's why I always want to come back to YouTube. She says your videos definitely keep me motivated to pay my mortgage down, even though things are different in New Zealand. Yeah, what time is it there? I'm happy that you're even on right now with you being out of the country. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for inspiring so many. We're going to start going hard at paying off our mortgage next month. Yay! How much do you have? And then you'd be surprised. I think a lot of people don't know, even though I do now can technically earn money on TikTok. There's still like a lot of stipulations to making sure that the view that you get on that video is a qualified view for you to earn money on. For example, you have to let the video come to you naturally on the For You page. If you go to someone's page and watch their videos, or if it's like on the following tab, they're not making money on that video. It's 1 p.m. Sunday. Wow, 1 p.m. Oh my gosh. So that is, right now it is 9 p.m. Saturday where I am right now. That's so crazy. It's crazy, the whole time thing. And yeah, I guess it's just science, but science isn't my favorite subject. But what else was I saying? Yeah, so if someone doesn't watch you, or in addition to that, in addition to it having to come to them naturally on the For You page, if they don't watch it for 6 seconds or 5 seconds, it doesn't count either. And then what else? I forget. I think that might be it. But yeah, all those things. Like, I put all my extra mortgage money into a savings account that pays around 6%. In August, I'll drop a lump sum. Okay, yeah, I remember. I think you had said like they only let you pay extra so much extra per year. I would do the same thing if they had those stipulations, honestly. But it's also like, it just holds you back so much because you gotta wait. Philly in the house. Welcome, Philadelphia. Yeah, so you're in the Eastern time zone too. It's so funny because these lives are always supposed to be until 9 o'clock or for an hour, and I always go over. But I am going to sign off here within the next 9 minutes. So if you have any other questions or anything else you want to say, please say it because I am going to sign off soon. I was actually so tired, like right when I was clocking in, not clocking in, it's not my job. I mean, signing on. I was so tired and I got some coffee. 5% once a year is all we can do. 5%? Oh my God, that is terrible. Like, that should be a crime. Like, they're basically making it so you literally cannot pay it off early. Like, that is terrible. Like, you basically can't do it. So yeah, I'll be on for like another 10 minutes or so. If anybody has questions, anything you want to say, let me know. Oh, and for people who usually say that they want me to save the live, we're gonna keep the lives on YouTube. I feel like that's the easiest thing since it's automatically on there. Since I'm already live on there, I don't have to do any downloading. It'll be on YouTube. I think it does take a while for it to like upload and save, so it might be within a couple of hours. But yeah. I hope you know that you're inspirational. I found you on Instagram and I'm going to try to follow you on YouTube. Okay, yeah. Follow on YouTube. I even work for the bank who my mortgage is with. Oh my gosh. You need to tell them. No, but honestly, I hate that. Like, you work for a company, but you're just like, I wish that there was something I could change. Like, I wish I had some type of influence to make this place better. But honestly, you have to tell me, is that something that's common in New Zealand where they don't like let you, like, is that common for, like, is it just your bank or is that common across all of New Zealand for them to not let you pay more than 5%? That's outrageous, to be honest with you. I feel like the thing is, America, they talk about how we're in so much crippling debt and we have trillions of dollars of debt, but overall, like, the most common thing is that they let you pay it off early if you want to. Like, you don't have to, like, do all these things. Single mom here. I'm retiring in July after 27 years teaching. Still have to pay my daughter's college. Should I take a loan? That's up to you. Like, you have to really do what's best for you. I know me personally, we don't want to do loans anymore, like, at all. But I know that you sometimes have to do what you have to do. So honestly, I wouldn't do that. You're about to retire. I'm all the bank. It's all the banks. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So in New Zealand, they don't be letting y'all pay stuff off. Daughter has 2 more years of college left. That's really crazy just because it's like, I hope that your daughter, like, when she graduates, is she going to be doing something where she's going to be making, like, getting a good return on the money that you're putting into taking out loans and things like that? If our mortgage comes off fixed rate, we can add more than 5% while it's not fixed. A lot of stipulations. What are your thoughts on HELOC? If you have already spoken about it, sorry for asking again. I haven't spoken about it on this live today, but HELOCs, you know, I don't like them, to be honest with you. I'm going to give it to you straight. I'd rather just save up the money and just pay for it. My interest rate will be going from around 3% to 6.5 in August. Ugh. So it changes. That's kind of like, in America, we have like what's called an ARM. It stands for adjustable rate mortgage, where your interest rate like is locked, I think, for a certain amount of time and then ends up can change like later on. So some people try to pay it off early by that certain time frame and then it ends up going up later. Like, I know this one like financial person on YouTube, he has an adjustable rate, but his mortgage is literally like $1 million. And I think it's like 5% now, and then it's going to be 7 later. What is your goal for your kids? 529. Where do you have it? Funny you ask. We just started it last year, and honestly, I've actually like was gonna make a video about this and how we don't prioritize it. Our kids are still young; they're 3 and 6. We would love for it to be a lot more, obviously. But right now it's we've literally contributed about $250. So our goal with it is just for it to be as much as possible. When we pay off the house next year, we're still gonna have, let me think, our oldest will be 8 at that time. So we still have like 10 years. And I feel like we're gonna do a lot with that. With no mortgage payment, we're gonna do a lot with that. We don't get an option to lock for more than 5 years usually. Yeah, that's like the ARM. You can only, I think, lock for like 5 years, but that's crazy. Like, here we got 30 years. Like, we'll lock our mortgage rates for 30 years. How do I pay while living on a pension? Pay your mortgage? It's going to depend on what you have left at the end of the month. That's really what it comes down to. If whatever your income is, minus your expenses, and what you have left after that, that's the most you can pay. If you're not satisfied with that, try to bring in extra money. I used to do DoorDash. I used to really enjoy doing like DoorDash, Lyft, stuff like that. She needs another degree, she says. Well, if it was my kid, I'd be like, you paying for it then. Because it sounds like you're gonna take this loan out for her. I wouldn't wanna do that personally. I know people do that, but I wouldn't do that. But yeah, in a few minutes, I will be hopping off here in a few more minutes. I was making, and I took out a loan for my daughter. It was a mistake. Yeah, like it's just so permanent. Like, and you just never know. Like, actually, I just posted a TikTok video today with, I actually brought it from our YouTube channel. I decided to put it on TikTok with my husband telling his student loan story. It, like, honestly, if you have anybody who is about to go to school, honestly, maybe even your daughter could watch that video because you could hear all the regret my husband had about taking out student loans and as much as he took out and he wasn't taking it serious. And even, even, to this day, sometimes my husband is like, he like just shakes his head about how much he like regrets how many student loans he took out. So, maybe if he like, I don't know how happy, the daughter is or how much she wants to do this, but if it's something where she's kind of just going to school like just to like go or isn't sure about it or just feels like she needs to hit the finish line. I think that's a situation with a lot of people who are in school. They feel like they just have been going to school for so long and they have to hit the finish line, and maybe that finish line isn't something that they have to do. Um, so yeah, normalize throwing the towel in when you need to. I don't have any questions. I don't own a house yet. I'm just here for information and inspiration. I hope I can give it to you. In total, I put $3,300 towards the mortgage monthly. That's great. Well, on top of your payment, I would tell my mom no flat out. I couldn't even think about putting that burden on my parents. Yeah, I have a degree and don't even use it. And that's just the same way that a lot of people in America are. They have a degree, they don't use it. That's why I say that. That's why I just feel like, I don't know the situation, with the daughter and everything, but I just feel like, are they going to use this degree? I mean, it's easy for me to see, I guess, because I never went to college, but a lot of what I see from the outside looking in, people don't use it. They say they like regret it and stuff like that. I don't know what she's going to college for, but I just hope that if she is going to stay there and she is going to graduate, I hope that she is using that degree or is going to use that degree and it's going to be a salary that is well worth it for them. So I'm 58 and never owned a home. There's a lot of people. Oh, someone said, why can't I see the comments you're reading? Oh, because I'm actually live on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok right now. So people are saying stuff on other platforms, and that's what I'm reading. I use my degree and make good money to me, and I regret it. Don't do it. Those student loans aren't worth it. Oh, yeah. Honestly, student loans are a beast. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy, honestly. Social work is her field of study. Okay, okay. Hey girl, I love your motivational comments about debt free. Just FYI, can I ask what your husband does that his checks are almost 2,500? Honestly, my husband is an LPN, but don't let it fool you. The only reason that he um makes as much as he does, like not 100% all of it, but he does work for a place now that really appreciates their employees and they give shift diff. And honestly, we see the difference in his paychecks, like when we went on vacation last month, and also the way that the way that his pay periods fall, like it ends up being overtime for him, even though technically he still only has to work 3 days a week. But like one of those 3 days, it ends up the way it falls, it looks like it's a fourth day. And so it and like he gets overtime with that. He also gets shifted. So it's like honestly his paychecks would be significantly less if it wasn't for all that. So I am thankful for that. But yeah, he's an LPN. But honestly, like even if LPNs, they still can make decent money. Like they still do make good. He makes good money. He does. It's funny because I feel like he makes like maybe not that much. He makes more than me, but not that much. But it looks like so much more because of all the overtime and everything like that. How do you afford college if you don't take out loans? That's the thing that we want to change for our kids. I don't want my kids to have to take out loans, and my goal is to beef up their 529s over the course of the next 10 years, 11, 12 years, even longer for my younger child, because I don't want them to have to like deal with that. So, I mean, how do you afford college if you don't take out student loans? Obviously, not everybody's in the same position, but I want to change things for my kids so they don't have to deal with what their parents went through with trying to pay off all these student loans. And I would love for it to be fully funded. In addition to that, scholarships. They're going to be applying for scholarships. Would love to know how you and Dennis work it to not need daycare, because the way our schedules work, basically, it like we work opposite schedules in a way. And also, he only has to work 3 days a week, so he's home majority of the week. It's a blessing, honestly. It really, really is. But he's here with the kids majority of the time. My undergrad was free. I had good grades and got lots of grants and scholarships and stayed at home. That was so helpful. Literally. Yeah. That is amazing. Scholarships and grants and stayed at home. Yeah. Room and board is not cheap either. So I'm glad that the undergrad was free for you. That makes perfect sense. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for being transparent. You're welcome. 529, what's that? It's an investment account for saving for kids' schooling. They actually have changed it recently where you can, if your kids don't end up using it, they can roll it into a retirement account, like if they don't go to college and stuff like that. Where do you have the most subscribers? Is it TikTok or YouTube or Instagram? I love Instagram. It's scary to think TikTok will be banned like that. Yeah, so right now I have the most on Instagram. I am like, I want to say 250 away from 40,000 followers on Instagram. TikTok, I'm at like 11,000, and YouTube, I'm at like 1,800. What do you do for your job other than this? So this isn't my job. Like, I just got monetized on TikTok, guys, so I've never even really had a paycheck in my bank account from doing social media. I just want to make that very clear. Besides people who like send live gifts, which don't feel like you need to do that, but someone was just nice enough to do that one week and I got $15. So I just want to make that very clear. But I work for a credit card company right now. So thankfully, it's like work from home right now. So that's what I do. Has your husband finished paying off his student loans? Yes, we finished paying off the student loans before we closed on the house. We officially paid them all off 5 years ago. Thank God. Oh my gosh. It's a lot. It was a lot. It was almost $80,000. With one of them, they were in default, and we ended up settling with that one, but we still ended up paying like over $70K on those student loans. But yeah, we did, which state do you live in? Ohio. We did post a TikTok today, which actually it was on YouTube first, but I actually edited it today and cut it down and put it on TikTok. Talking about his student loan story and how he got into all the student loan debt and how he like failed out of college and everything and just didn't have a degree, but it all turned out okay, guys. I feel that sigh of relief. Yeah, seriously. Like it's a whole different beast, honestly, and I just don't want that for my kids. Like I don't want them to have to deal with that. I really, really don't. I remember I used to have a dentist that, like, obviously college was a lot less expensive back in the day, and this dentist was probably like, and he's probably in his 40s or something. But when he went to school, he was saying that his parents paid for it or something. I don't know if it was like also scholarships too, but he didn't have student loans. That's where my daughter did filled out. Yeah, listen, I don't know. He wasn't focused like he should have been, honestly. And people could say, a sheltered household. Like I don't know. He was very quiet in high school, and he didn't like do a whole lot out of school. Like besides like school, he was a valedictorian in high school. So I think that honestly, once he got to college, he just wowed out and didn't take it seriously, and that's how it went.
Where can I see the video your husband made? It's on our TikTok. It's the same name on all platforms, Live Without Loans. So you can just go to TikTok and type that in. And it's him, it's just a picture of him wearing like a fuchsia colored shirt. It's not that long, it's like less than 5 minutes. I have all platforms. I really want to follow your journey and admire your videos with guidance. Are the same videos I post on to and YouTube and Instagram, or do I need to follow you there? I don't want to miss a video. I post the most on TikTok. Like I post, like sometimes I'll answer people's questions and do videos, stuff like that. And then the second most is going to be Instagram that I post on, and then I post on YouTube right now once a month, and then also obviously go live and stuff like that. Did he lose scholarships or he didn't have any? Okay, honestly, I just watched this video because I edited it today and I'm trying to remember. But I think that he did get grants and stuff like that, but it wasn't enough to cover school and everything like that. So, do you post different videos on all your platforms? So the videos that I do post on Instagram, mainly, majority of them are also on TikTok. However, I post more videos on TikTok than I post on Instagram. Like you're gonna get probably like just unfiltered, a little less filtered me on TikTok. Like I just post a lot. Like sometimes like I'll answer people's questions on Instagram and I'll post that on TikTok too. Like I'll answer people's questions on TikTok and post that stuff. I'll do videos where like people talk about their mortgage numbers and I tell them like how much they're gonna end up paying at the end of the loan. Like I did one recently where it was like their mortgage was 450K, and I'm like, at the end of the 30 years you're gonna pay over $1 million for this house. Like I post a lot more on TikTok, but I don't know, something about Instagram just gives me more of a feel like I just want my best stuff on Instagram, and like the stuff that I don't put like a ton of effort into, like I might just, I mean, it's not that it's like a bad video, but it might just be me like showing like, a green screen and like look at, the screenshot from this mortgage calculator. Look, it says at the end, like I'll point at it sometimes, like it looks like at the end of 30 years, they're going to be paying $1 million for this $450,000 house, like stuff like that. So, oh my gosh, those are my fave. I love them. You do the mortgage payoffs. Yeah, so I do post those, and honestly, it seems like people are starting to like them when I talk about like the videos that I talk about where how much they'll end up paying at the end of their loans. Like I used to do the ones where I'll do like, some random video and I'll just put the words on the screen, but I feel like I can give more context and talk more about it when I just like talk about it and then show like the video or the picture of the calculator results and everything, where it shows all the information. That stuff is crazy, honestly. Like when you really think about that, and paying your mortgage for 30 years in America is so normalized, or like even 15 years. Like people don't pay extra really on their mortgage, to the point that they're like, pay extra? Why would I do that? Like they just think I'm crazy. And it's like, that's a lot of money. Like it doesn't take that much money to save so much interest on your mortgage. So it's like, why not? Like we're saving over $100,000 by paying ours off in 5 years. Have you ever heard of cashing out from your life insurance to help pay off debt since they can't tax it? I've heard of that. I've heard of it. I wouldn't do it, but I've heard of it. What interest rate do you have? 3%. I agree. I never thought to pay extra until I saw the benefits. Yeah. I'm following you now on here. Welcome, Cynthia. Yeah. But yeah, so I see all the benefits of it, but sometimes people think I'm crazy. I still get those comments, people comment on the video and I'm like talking to like my normal followers and I'm like, look guys, you're gonna pay $1 million if you don't put some extra on this mortgage. And then a random person comes in, don't put extra on it because you need to invest that money instead. I'm like, ugh, here we go. Somebody else has seen the video again. Anyway, I am gonna hop off now. I am sleepy. I am going to hop off, but thank you guys so much for coming, and tell me, like, comment on our last video what you see right now on my page, and let me know if you want me to keep going live every week. How about that? Let me know if I should. That way the other people can see it and they'll see what they're missing out on. I love your content. Is that your forever home? I think you said no, but I forgot. We just don't know right now. Did you or your husband's parents pay off their home? I just never had a parent or family members teach me this. Just wondering. No, neither of our parents have done that. Good night. Yes, good night, guys. All right. Talk to you later.